Hey guys, this is Coop from GarageGymReviews.com, and you know how most benches have a vinyl foam top? You know, it's like vinyl that's covering foam that then has like a thin sheet of plywood and then a metal base, what you see in pretty much every gym. Well, today I'm reviewing the starting strength bench. And in typical Mark Rippetoe fashion, this bench is made of a redwood butcher block top with some raw steel legs, and it's $240 something odd without tax and shipping. So let's review it. So I want to start off by saying I'm kind of a Rippetoe fan. I definitely wouldn't say I'm cultish like a lot of starting strength guys, but I do like a lot of what Rippetoe says, and I also like the fact that he doesn't care about what anybody thinks. And there's evidence of that, and that evidence is this bench, okay? This is not a bench that everybody's gonna buy. In fact, when I look at the comments on our Instagram posts, pretty much everybody says it's a stupid idea. However, I'm sure many of the ideas that Rippetoe has come up with over his lifetime have been viewed by the public as stupid, and they've turned out to be wrong. It's a unique bench. One, it's 10 inches wide, so it's a little bit thinner than most benches. Most benches are about 12 inches wide. Then when you get to the fat pad, they're even more than that. I think 14, 16 inches, something like that. And the fat pad is probably one of the best-selling bench tops of all time, and I love it. It's awesome. Also, the unique feature that's even more unique than the fact that it's thin is it's made of wood. Okay, so the bench top is completely wood. It's a redwood block. Okay, it's basically like a booze block that you use as a cutting board, okay? It's a nice piece of redwood that's been laminated together, cut out, and then routed. Now, I do want to say before talking a little bit about the performance, I want to give some caveats. The bench could definitely be done in a better way as far as the fit and finish, okay? The edges aren't all that symmetrical. There's definitely some basically discrepancies on, some sides being routed more than others. On the underside of the bench, they didn't put any sort of sealer or protector or, stain or anything like that. It's just raw. Actually, the underside of the bench isn't routed, so I had somebody come into the gym who tried it out. They rubbed their hand along the side and ended up getting a splinter. The legs themselves, and this is probably on design, are raw steel. They're not powder coated or stainless or anything like that. It's just raw steel, which means they're going to patina over time. They're going to corrode and get rusted, which then leaves, when you're picking it up and moving it, you could run your hand along it and, get something you don't want to get. So as far as the way it's done, it's not ideal in my opinion. I do think it's a beautiful piece of equipment. I think, Rippetoe said it's a beautiful piece of furniture. I think it's pretty. I think it's beautiful. It's something I would leave in my, house or something like that. It looks great. The inlay of the starting strength on top looks extremely good. I think they did a good job overall with it. There's a few minor points, like I said, like the routing and also the steel legs, raw steel legs, that I'm not a huge fan of. But I think that may have been by design. So from that perspective, it's built pretty well. That said, it's also extremely expensive compared to other benches. This is a portable utility bench, flat bench, like you'd get from Rogue Fitness, something like that, except it's $240 or so, plus shipping and handling, plus tax, okay? So this is a pretty expensive bench, and that probably comes in the fact that it's got a nice wood top. Okay, so how does it actually feel during use? I was extremely skeptical when I got it. I was skeptical the first time I used it. Basically, my whole time through, I was thinking this is gonna suck. Does it suck? Not nearly as bad as I thought. To be honest, I actually kind of like it. Do I prefer it to a foam top? By no means. However, I like it more than I thought I would. If you've ever done floor presses and you know how it's kind of hard you're pushing against, but you kind of like it because it's stable, it kind of feels like that. So you're pushing against a firm platform, and that's the reason Rippetoe made the wood bench. One, because he used it when he was younger. Young Rip used it when he started, and also because it provides a firm, steady platform. That said, if you want a sturdy platform, why not make a bench out of concrete or marble or granite or other rock, something like that. But that said, wood, I guess, is the best option for a stable platform for the least amount of energy loss, okay? So during use, it feels pretty good. I like the width okay. That said, personally, I prefer a fat pad. No doubt about it, I would much rather use a fat pad or much rather use a standard foam bench. Okay, does that mean the starting strength bench is bad? No, some of you may like it, and over time, because it's wood, it'll probably start shaping to your body a little bit more, which would be kind of cool. But I think it's a unique idea. I think it's kind of cool that there's an option in the market for it. I don't like the price. I think it's more pricey than what it should be. That said, it's coming from a small manufacturer. And I don't really think Starting Strength built these with the idea of selling a lot of them. I think the idea behind building it was, hey, we're going to be able to outfit our new affiliates. So if you haven't seen their affiliates yet, basically they're new Starting Strength gyms that are affiliated with Starting Strength. They have to purchase all the same equipment, all the same logos, all the same programming, everything like that. So that means these benches are going to be in those gyms. So are the new Starting Strength Texas Power Bars. And so are the new Starting Strength Texas Strength System squat racks with C-channel. They're based on the original design from the Starting Strength book. That's basically a rack that's more expensive, less sturdy, and less versatile. But it's Rippetoe, and to be honest, he proved me right with the bench. I think it's actually better than I thought it would be. I wouldn't buy one. I wouldn't suggest you buy one unless you really want a wooden bench and want to do something cool. But Rippetoe's done some cool stuff. So I think it's an okay bench. It surprised me, but not something I would buy. Now, before you go, would you take a look at these? See you next time. Peace.